Week 2 of the Pittsburgh Steelers OTA practices are officially in the books. And with that being said, we have more news, notes, highlights, observations from another week of practice here. Now, instead of doing this how I usually do it, going day by day by day, I wanted to do something a little bit differently and break it down by the week, just in case one of you guys missed day 1 or day 2 or even day 3, you guys can know the entirety of the week just in one video. Now, before we jump in though and break down some guys who have been looking good over the last few days, I need you guys to do me a favor and go follow the Steelers media members on Twitter right now if you don't already. They do such a great job, work so hard in terms of recording these highlights, getting this footage out for us, and enabling us to kind of record over, commentate over these highlights, and talk about some of the guys who've been standing out in practice. So go give them a follow. They'll keep you updated in live time of everything that's going on. So please, you see them at the top right, go give them a big follow if you haven't already done so. But with that being said, let's dive into a couple of guys who have looked good so far for the Steelers over the last couple of days. Now, on day 3 of the week, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback stood out, and that was Justin Fields. Now, at the end of the day, we know that Russell Wilson is here and will be most likely the starter depending on if he's healthy or not, right? Russell Wilson's looked good as well, but Justin Fields said from day one, I'm not here to ride the pine. I'm not here to be on the bench the entire year. I'm going to work. I'm going to make sure I put myself in the best position to actually play football games this season. Now, whether that be specific packages for Justin Fields, kind of like what Auburn did this summer or last season with Robbie Ashford. I know you guys don't care, but they ran 2 quarterback packages. One with Robbie Ashford as a quarterback in the red zone as, kind of a read option. Give him the football and let him just get into the end zone running the football or handing it off to Najee, right? That's what they're probably going to do with Justin Fields, and then allow Russell Wilson to play in every other situation. But we'll see what they do. They're already talking about implementing him in other packages. We'll see how that works and, what they do with that. But he had a really big day on day 3, which I believe was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. But he was going at it, right? Had a beautiful sidearm throw that hit Marquez Callaway right in the chest. In the front corner of the end zone. Beautiful throw. Everyone was, hyped up. Fields scrambled backwards while avoiding being touched by any defender. And then he went forward for about 10 yards through a jump pass to Darnell Washington in the end zone as well. Dude, everybody is just hyped when Justin Fields is on the football field because of the energy that he brings and his ability to extend plays with his legs. He is someone that they are super high on. And yes, maybe this is the last year of his contract, but at the end of the day, I think that he is someone that could not only make this team be here for a long time, even if, Russell Wilson is here for the next couple of seasons. We'll see. He's also on a 1-year deal as well for basically dirt cheap. So, listen, they're going to have a big decision to make after this season, and I'm excited to see what Justin Fields can do, especially once the pads come on. He also had a nice one to Michael Pruitt as well in the back of the end zone. So, listen, he was on point. He was making the best throws, making the biggest throws, and definitely stood out in day 3 of the Steelers practice. Now, there are some big news swirling around the Steelers organization right now in terms of wide receivers they could be targeting, in terms of Cortland Sutton, maybe Hunter Renfrow, and some other guys as well. But I think I really do like this wide receiver core, and we're going to talk about another big-time weapon for them going into next season in just a second. Before we get into that, do me a big favor, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Join the family. Turn on post notifications. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. And not only will we be covering the rest of OTAs day by day by day, but also mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, and get this, once the season starts, we're going to be breaking down film from the All-22s perspective, and it's going to be, a great time to see how these players are playing during the preseason and the regular season as well. So make sure you guys join the family if you haven't already done so. Now, let's get back to the video. Also, hit the like button. It helps us so much. But Darnell Washington looks like an absolute dog going into year 2. He was quoted saying, listen, I am super excited going into year 2. I feel like he feels like he's better, stronger, and he's learning the playbook really fast here under Arthur Smith. And quite frankly, if we're being honest here, a lot of guys are really excited about Arthur Smith and what he's trying to run. These guys are bought in. Calvin Austin said, hey, if you're not bought in at this point, you shouldn't even be here, because they truly believe that Arthur Smith is going to be able to get these running backs going. But it's also going to open up space for a guy like Darnell Washington, who is a massive just human on this practice field. I mean, he is really starting to realize that, hey, nobody can really guard me. He had a couple of really solid catches during individual drills and team drills as well. He looks more like a receiver, like spreading out wide. And I can only imagine the red zone packages of not only a Pat Fryermuth and a Darnell Washington, but a Najee and a George Pickens as well. And then you throw in another wide receiver into the mix, like the Van Jeffersons or the Calvin Austin, who's got speed on him, or the Roman Wilsons. I mean, there's so many different guys that can come in here and just make a big time difference. So I'm so excited to see what he could do. Darnell Washington loves Russell Wilson, loves Justin Fields. And he said, he's actually quoted saying, the process is fun. It just takes time. I'm not going to say 2 weeks is too little, but there's still a lot of time, a lot of ball left. We're just trying to improve day by day. Darnell Washington would not be, or would not surprise me at all if he comes out here and makes a massive impact on this team going to next season. There's also been another running back starting to look good as well, which is interesting because over the first few weeks of rookie minicamp and the first week of OTAs, it looked like all eyes were pointed to Dajon Edwards. But this week, it was Aaron Shamklin who actually looked pretty good as well. They also signed LaMichael Peterine last week and Jonathan Ward. So they're all obviously trying to get a bunch of running backs in here to see who can compete for that number 2, number 3, number 4 job. Actually, not number 2. That will be Jaylen Warren, right? But at the end of the day, there's a lot of competition going on, right? A lot of competition. So he's a guy in Shamklin who looked good with the Dallas Cowboys at time. He played with the Colts, played with the Chargers, and he also played in the USFL in 2023. Obviously an upward battle, but a good week for him going forward. We also have to talk about, an edge rusher really starting to break out here. Someone who looked good last year, never got the opportunity to really play too much though. Nick Herbig. Now, TJ Watt isn't at OTAs right now. I think he's, maybe trying to get some more money, whatever he's trying to do, right? Listen, Nick Herbig is a guy that has absolutely dominated every single rep, making sure that he is in the right position at the right time. A guy who can drop back into his zone, but also get to the quarterback at a high level, help stop the run, and just be someone that you can have on that tail end, maybe coming in off the bench as an absolute unit, someone who can make plays every single possession. And he is the guy that has really been standing out so far. He is the primary backup to Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. But if there is someone who has to miss a game or two, you probably have one of the best, plug starters in the NFL in Nick Herbig, especially at the edge position in terms of just his versatility, his dynamic, and just the things that he can do as a player. I mean, he is a candidate to get a lot more, opportunity this season. And you know what? I'm really excited to see what he continues to do and what he continues to, how he continues to impress going forward. Now, with that being said, there are some other guys I want to give shout outs to. Obviously Nick Herbig, but Ryan Watts, cornerback, he's been looking really good as well, the 6th round draft pick. There's also a guy that I absolutely love, and I would hope that he can get a starting job somehow. But Corey Trice, man. Corey Trice Jr. was really good in the not preseason, but the training camp and OTAs last season. Is did deal with a season-ending injury, but is back now and looks like he is right where he was last season, man. He's tough, he's physical, he's lengthy, but also just knows how to play football at a high level, man. So I love Corey Trice. He's looked good so far in practice. Want to continue to see him, develop and get, better as time goes on as well. From there, I feel like Najee Harris looks a lot better, just looks a little bit more quick, a little bit more elusive, athletic. The O-line looks really good, made some big-time upgrades with Troy Fatano, who's playing the right tackle. Zach Frazier at the center position. Then you have Broderick Jones, who is a swing. You can play left, you can play right. And then Dan Moore will be, maybe not the best backup, but someone who can definitely give you some reps if need be. So definitely love that, man. Let me know what you guys think so far of the Steelers, OTA periods. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. Oh, Patrick Queen as well. Patrick Queen looks good. He is, just shown like he fits it. He fits in like a glove right away. And then you have a Landon Roberts. I like this group, man. I like this group a lot. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. I'll see you guys in the next Steelers update. Peace.